Hey, everybody. Well, I want to start this off with my song that I'm working on right now. I haven't been having time to go back and learn the music and stuff like that, but I've gotten I've gotten to the point I've gotten at least one verse down, and I want to sing it for you all, okay? As I wait for people to to see if I made a video on the channel, okay? How you doing? I Gabby, Mama, Midnight, are you okay? Spiritual Offset, are you okay? Hey Elizabeth Parker, Mystic, how are you? Hey Destiny. Hey Saint Anne. Hey Paul Cullen. Hey Lyle Isaiah, how you doing, Isaiah? Hey Velero Things. Hey Ashley. Hey Carl. Okay, so I'm gonna give everybody a minute or two to get in here. People wonder why I ramble in the beginning. I ramble in the beginning because I like to give people some time to come and check my channel to see if I've done a video, because a lot of people are complaining because they're frustrated because they want to be here when I do a video. So I kind of think I got things figured out. Like I got to start rambling a little bit, because then, like I say, other people who haven't came yet will have the opportunity to get the meat of the message. You see, does that make sense? Like, some people will play music, and once they get to a certain amount of numbers of people, then they'll go ahead and go into the video. But me, instead, I ramble a little bit, because like when you're playing other people music and stuff like that, YouTube can block your videos. Like, we had one to be blocked because we were like doing having a seance on the nun. That's what we was doing. Hey Jackie, how you doing? Thank you for moderating. Love you too. Thank you for the love. Oh, thank you for all those beautiful hearts. They are so pretty. And thank mwah, Taha, with those cute little lip prints. Okay. 111 says Carl. Y'all better make that wish. It may be too late. Hey Melissa. Okay, so look. So that's why, hey, Erica. Now, if I miss y'all's name, hey, Valerie. If I miss your names, it's because I'm gonna be doing a little bit of this and a little bit of that. I'm like oiling up the furniture. I've abused the wood, y'all. Don't abuse the wood. If you abuse the wood, then the varnish of it will begin to get this little gooey look. You ever seen that furniture with the gooey look? It's because no one kept it oiled. And so I'm oiling the furniture, because I hadn't oiled the furniture since the spring. So it's time for me to do it for the fall. If you can do a little bit often, more often than that. My mom used to oil the furniture up at least once a month. We all oiled the furniture up. I mean, we just really rubbed into the groove of the wood. So y'all, if you want to preserve your wood, let me go ahead and throw this out there, of your precious furniture, please keep it oiled. Okay. Don't ever put water on wood, like wiping it with water. You don't want to do that, because you'll ruin it. So anyways, I'm gonna be random, and I'm gonna talk about some things and stuff like that, giving people time to get in here and stuff like that. And then again, I may just do a quick burst and let this go, because I want you all to see me live and in color in just a little bit. Okay, thank you, Saint Anne, for the love. Beautiful. I love, y'all just don't know how much I love that. That it really adds a lot of spice and stuff like that when you do the emojis and stuff to the chat room. Jackie says, let me see. Jackie says, Mama, what are you using? Murphy's Oil Soap. Okay, I'm using Pledge furniture spray, restore and shine. Clean, nourish, preserve, revitalizes wood with a lasting shine with natural orange oil by Johnson, a family company. That's my favorite. I love it because I get a chance to see the oil, and I like Pledge in the can too. Reminds me of when I was a little girl, we would get the yellow can of Pledge, and you spray it and it had that little foam. But the reason why I like this better is because the oil stretches a little further in the bottle versus the can. See, so the can come up with a foam, and if you're gonna use the can, you may want to go ahead and spray all your surfaces ahead of time and give it time to soak in the wood, and then come back what you do when you're doing the foam. But when you're using the oil, it's like you can spray as you go. It's gonna stretch far. It really far. Some people just spray the oil directly on the um I use old t-shirts, my old t-shirts and stuff like that. When they start getting them little holes in them, I turn them into dust rags and stuff like that. So you can, if you want to, take the little t-shirt and spray it down with the oil first, and then rub it deep into the wood. I need to be getting a chair so I can sit down here and do this, cause woo, I tell you, getting down on these knees ain't that nice when you get up here where I'm at. Okay, the cartilage in your knees get to, you know. I remember as a little girl, my mom would always say, I always put my little, upbringing in with it. And a lot of people may not like it. And some people come to listen because they want to know how it was back in the days. Like I said, I grew up in the 60s, and some people want to go back. They want to know what life was like in the 60s here. Now, I didn't grow up in a rural setting. Now, y'all know I'm around. I'm going to be all over the place. I didn't grow up in a rural setting as a child. Most of my life. Early on, I did, because like my mom was not able to take care of me in the state of Alabama. I'm just gonna be real with you. Came and got mama. Okay, them same cops that was on the Edmonds Pettus Bridge. Look up Bloody Sunday. They were the same cops that came and snatched me out of my mother's arms. Okay, those were the same police officers. Okay, let's get real. Mama lucky to be here. Okay, I was talking to my biological father, and he said they were not interested in harming kids. They were just only interested in keeping black people lined up and being obedient and this, that, and the other. So, because I was like, whoa, you know what I'm saying? I could have been gone. But now for a long time, they said their hearts were broken because they didn't know what had became of me. They didn't know whether I was abused. I was just whatever. So I can understand. I could not imagine what it could have done to the people that loved me, because there was a lot of people that loved me. Okay, so I always keep that in my heart and everything. So yeah, so that's why I talk about it, because some people want to know what it was like. So like 3 years of my life, I was raised on a farm. Okay, I remember very little of it, if anything at all. I was raised on a farm because no one could adopt me. I was in foster homes and boarding homes and orphanages and different things, like from pillar to post or what have you, in those days. So I can't remember most of it, but I do have records of it. And they were talking about how I, fed the chickens at 3 years old. I was feeding chickens and dogs and stuff like that on somebody's farm at that age. Okay, so mama, lucky to be here. But it was a school teacher that came, which is my adopted mother, that came from Birmingham, Alabama, and they were not poor. So I did not grow up poor. Okay, it's nothing wrong with growing up poor. You know what I'm saying? But I was raised by a middle income, which that was back in the days when you had middle income. You don't have really middle income anymore. Mom at this point might be like what you may consider. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because you got the haves and the have-nots. But it's whether or not you got it in your heart. I have it in my heart. We got it in our heart, don't we? So we're not have-nots. We are the haves. Now, because we don't want to equate everything on money and valuables and stuff like that. Do you have it in your heart? What does that have? What hope? Do you have the ability to manifest the things that you truly want? You know what I'm saying? We are modest people. We're not asking for the world. We're just asking to be happy. You understand? And we're asking for information. When you got information, you got wisdom, and you got knowledge, you really have the entire world. So it has nothing to do with your paper money and all of that and how many horses and cows you got. You understand? We got the ability to survive, no matter what kind of obstacles come our way. You understand? An apocalypse can come here. I believe witches will do fine. Okay. Okay. I believe our spirits, when you got your spirits and your ancestors with you, you have the world at your feet. You got everything. Okay, so let me get that straightened out right now. So, I just know that people come and they like for me to kind of talk about how things were down here in the South. So, I grew up in a middle income family, and I probably would have learned more about hoodoo if I was raised with Auntie Ethel and she was showing me how to do a lot of stuff. But I didn't miss out because she gave me a lot of a wealth of information when it comes to the work, and I'm still learning. You know what I'm saying? Spirits are still, giving me information, and you all are supplying me with information. I learn from y'all too. So we got to put it all together. You understand? We need each other to get all of this information back. You can recall what we used to do. Your ancestors can help you recall. We say we lost, but we didn't lose. If you got your ancestors with you, they will let you know how they used to do it, and they'll let you know what you need. I had a spirit tell me the other day a root that I needed, and I never heard of that root a day in my life, and I was able to look that root up and find out that the root was growing right next door to me. I'm like, wow, man, your ancestors will show up and show out. So y'all make sure this month, you understand, you are communicating with them, and you are holding some ceremonies for them or something. You know what I'm saying? Revering them, honoring them, acknowledging their presence, and you will want for nothing. Like a lot of people want a quick fix. How can I become a powerful hoodoo practitioner, or or a powerful spiritualist, or a root doctor? How can I do this? The way you get started is acknowledging the spirits that are around you. That's the start. It can't get no simple than that. Paying attention to everything around you. Every tree, ain't nothing coincidental. If you walk up, y'all, I walked up on a long owl's feather under my tree. I was out there. I was saying, well, I might need to. Some just led me out there. I said, I probably need to rake because the leaves are falling and stuff like that. And I want to pile those leaves up because I'm going to do some clay, make some doll heads from clay that are waterproof and everything. And so I walked over there and everything, getting ready to rake, and it was a long owl's feather there. And it was from a bird that was not aged. It was very aged because one side of the feathers were like almost gone, and the other side, the plumes were really, really, really long. And so, like I said, pay attention to everything in your path. The mysteries are right in your path. You may just stumble on them. Don't look for it. See, you stumble on it. When you're looking for it, you're not going to find it. You're just going to wind up with anything. But when you stumble upon it, that's what makes it more intriguing, because it lets you know that there is something that is so much greater than one can imagine, that is looking out for you. You know what I'm saying? So I got a long owl's feather, the longest one that it's very rare that I get a chance to get owl's feathers because, but look, let me tell y'all something. One time I got it because there was this man from a historical period in my yard, because I saw a flash of him and everything. He had a gun with him. He was a white man. And he had a thick beard, and he had a hat on, and the clothes, very handsome looking man. And I saw a glimpse of him. He was not aware of me, but I was aware of him. And you could tell he was hunting. His clothes were stunning. Um, there was no color in his clothes. You know, like we have like blues and bright blues, and you know, you got the you get we have these synthetic dyes and stuff, so we're colorful when we dress. But his clothes, his pants were like this brown, and they were thick, and I don't know what they were dyed with, and his shirt was like a beige and stuff like that. He had a hat. I don't know what the hat was made out of, but it was a brown, like a hide or something, another like that. And he had this thing like a pouch on his shoulder. And I don't know if he had a gun. I wouldn't say. I don't know if I would say it was a gun or it were arrows or something like that. But he was walking. He was looking for something, and he flashed by me, and I was like, it was a quick second. The two of us met up with each other. Like I said, I could see him, and he couldn't see me. His body was not fully materialized, so it was foggy. You kind of like, when it's foggy, it looked like a hologram. Y'all ever seen them holograms of these stars and stuff? And they some of them look real, and some of them kind of look faded and stuff like that. He kind of looked faded because he was here and he wasn't here. And then I looked back again. I was shocked. I said, "Whoa!" I could see him in my head now. I was like, "Whoa!" Check. You know what? He was darker than most white people too. His skin was a little darker. It looked as if though maybe I don't know what it was, but his skin was a little darker. That's all I can say. Okay. I looked back over there again, and in the spot where he was were two owl's feathers. Okay. So I got the owl's feathers. I was like, oh, well, check it. I didn't know they were owl's feathers. I had to look up all kind of birds and notice that it was owl's feathers, y'all. I done got all the way on another subject. So, because they were brown line and then white line, then brown line and white, I said, these are owl's feathers. So I was all, oh, I got a gift. I was so happy. I said, oh, I thank whoever, well, thank you so much. I don't know who you is, but thank you. So I got the feather and I stuck it in my head and bound it up in there real good. I didn't want it to get away from me. Child, I looked in the mirror and thought it was so cute. And I walked to my car, looked inside of my rear view, the little mirror that be over your head, that mirror, that rear view mirror. The feather was gone. It just vanished. I said, okay then. Well, let me go and get the other one. I was just cussing. I got the other feather and planted it on the other side and bound it into my lock. I said, you're not going to get away. Okay, you're not going to get away. Rode around all day long, kept checking for my feather. I said, make sure my feather in my head because I don't want it gone. Child, by the end of that day, that one was gone. So sometimes, they give you the gifts, and some of these gifts can vanish. You know what I'm saying? And ain't nothing. I'm gonna get deep into the vanishing object phenomena. It just lets you know that everything that you see ain't real. It might be here 1 minute, it might be gone next. I don't know if it's got something to do with what conscious level you on. Maybe you can reach a certain conscious level where things will appear to you that might not necessarily be in the physical matrix. It's just, hey, you could see that oasis. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm going to get off that. But anyway, so I said all of this to say what? I'm just giving y'all some ideas of like things and stuff like that I have seen. But, now that we have people here in the chat room, I want to talk to y'all. So y'all saw me last night. I'm going to go ahead on and get to why I'm talking about this title. If I done forgot something, y'all let me know. Let me know. Hey, did I forget anything? Wait, hang on, y'all. Hang on a minute. I'm talking and ain't doing that. I'm just a regular talking and ain't oiling up no furniture. I'm just standing up here talking, y'all, running my mouth. So let me read this chat real quick. Jackie said, keep going, mama, keep going. Okay. Taha says, okay, thank. Okay. St. Anne said, Lord, those Civil War and Revolutionary War soldiers were truly everywhere around here where I live. Yeah. When I saw him, he didn't look like a soldier. He looked like a man that was, you could tell that he had some money because his clothes, and I guess maybe all their clothes was like that. But his clothes, he was very tidy. He was not dirty by any means. Like I said, his skin was a little darker. And that may be because, I don't know, maybe he was, back in them days, they spent a lot of time outside. You know what I'm saying? But he looked like, to me, just a privileged guy that was out to go hunting. He was just hunting, and he had shot an owl. I got two of the feathers. Well, I had them. They gone. So he was just like his spare time. I'm just going out to just hunt and just for my leisure time. It didn't look like he was looking for no food. It was sporting. He was sport. So he didn't look like a soldier at all. The time period to me, it looked like it was like we always equate oldness with the 1800s, but I can say for sure from what I've seen on these movies and stuff, cowboy movies and stuff like that, it was definitely the time period of the 1800s. That's what it was. About like 1830, 1840 or something like that. He had a serious look on his face like, he'll shoot you. He'll shoot you, honey. He wouldn't be able to shoot me because I probably would have. I mean, it was just so crazy how I could see him and he had no awareness of me. Isn't that something? That's crazy. Some could be looking at me now. That's not really necessarily here, and I'm not aware of it. So, like, I let people know we're sharing this space with other timelines. We're not just in this place by ourselves. Okay. Um, Let me see. Because I sure enough need to be up in here oiling some furniture, but then y'all won't be able to hear me good. I wish I had a device that I could just put on my ear and just move around while I'm doing what I'm doing. I got my front door open. I'm letting all the spirits of the summertime that are locked up in here. I'm allowing them to go. Y'all can leave. You can leave and ring some bells and clear the air. Cut up some lemons and put the lemons out, and some limes and put those out. Some citrus. Citrus is good for clearing out, stagnant energy and stuff and refreshing things. You know what I'm saying? So you all may want to go ahead on and start getting a lot of that done right now. Now is the time. You just like spring cleaning. You got another thing called fall cleaning, and it feels so good to, even though it's still hot outside, it feels good to be able to clear the air. Oh, a fly done came in here. Damn it. Leave the door open and here they come. Um, Alicia says, I see spirits sometimes. Taha says, I wish. Hey, Scorpion. Scorpion said, I hear you. Mama Midnight said, I know we're multidimensional. Don't ever forget that. Don't let them have you thinking that the only thing that exists is the here and now. That is not true. Scorpion says she actually got a message for a change. Okay. Kisses to you, Taha. I Gabby said my mother's side has the gift to see spirits, but I can't see them. Oh, honey, just wait. It's coming. Just wait. Thank you, Taha said, I'm a beautiful sweetheart, and I get the hearts and kisses. Thank you for the love. Jackie said, it's a bit of turmoil going on in the spiritual community. I see. Jackie, thank you for the insight that you gave me, and don't let me. Ooh, excuse me. I ate something I ain't had no business last night. Oh, if I tell y'all what it is, y'all gonna be disgusted with what I ate, especially the people who, don't believe in eating animals. I don't have any business eating this. Oh, it tastes really good, but I'm being punished now for it. And I think I want to definitely I want to get away from eating. I want to get away from being a flesh eater. Do you know that? Isaiah said, definitely experience the vanishing aspects before it's real. And a lot of people, when you tell them about it, they just look at you like you have just like, I know I already look strange. I'm already an odd looking woman as it is, and the energy is sort of off to, mainstream people. But if I sit up and say I had such and such here and it just vanished, they look at you like you're crazy. I had another person, a lady who ran off with my tea. I told y'all with my Tivana tea, and speaking of Tivana tea, I want to go and get some. Oh, Tivana tea is so delicious. But she used to have the same issues with things just, vanishing and stuff like that. Me and her related on a lot of levels and stuff. I enjoyed talking to her because, like, the things that happened to me would happen to her. So it let me know, hey, girl, you ain't insane. Some other folks going through this crap too. You know what I'm saying? Um, Mama Midnight said, I hear you, mother. I'm doing some stuff. That's why I haven't said anything. Yes, and okay. Had an interesting dream yesterday. Oh, wait till I get to what happened to me, honey. You have to tell us about that dream. You know what I'm saying? Because, see, like I said, to this, you monitor your dreams. This is the thinnest veil. This is Spirit Communication Month. Don't forget that. They did not teach you. Only thing the church taught us was that Halloween or October was the devil's month. That's what they would say. And that it was just brief as that. And they sent you on your way. Okay? But they're lying. They are lying. To say that October is the devil's month is to say that our ancestors are devils, and that's not true. The spirits are all devils. And how could we be so disrespectful to them when one day we're going to be? I mean, matter of fact, we're spirits now with a physical body, but we're one day gonna be an ancestor. So I might be just coming up and showing myself up to my kids, and they might say, "Oh, the devil after me," but it may be me trying to establish some communication between my children to help them, because I'm gonna be my children's biggest protector when I go to the other side. I don't know how long, because I think you do it for a brief amount of time, and then after so long, you have to move on to the next level. It just depends on who is governing that. So don't listen to them when they say that October is the devil's month. The October is the month that we have the opportunity. This, in a lot of cultures, this is a time that a lot of people look forward to. You understand? To not only be able to honor them and show them respect and all of that, and you know what I'm saying? But it's also a time to start new contracts. I always say, and who knows, it may be a time to end contracts. Maybe spring is the time to begin new contracts, because guess what? It's springtime, it's life, it's a new year. You understand? A new beginning comes spring. So it may be a time to establish some contracts. Whereas fall could be the time to, end contractual agreements, or try to bargain your way out of an agreement that you won't be able to satisfy. I don't know. Somebody might have bargained something very precious, and you didn't necessarily get what you were looking for. You know what I'm saying? And the terms of and agreements you at this point do not necessarily agree with, and you want to end some bonds. You know what I'm saying? I do believe that in my heart, and they're not going to. No, it's it. I mean, it's not going to benefit them for you to know that. You know what I'm saying? Well, how does that benefit them? They want to keep you busy, laughing and doing things that will keep you distracted, in other words. So I'm here to tell you that this is the month that we should be doing those things. This is the month of the dead, those who have transitioned on. This is the month of elemental spirits that have never held a physical body. You may want to make a contract with the wind. Okay, you may want to make a contract with the rain. You may want to make a contract with fire. I don't know. It's up to you. You may want to just say, "Hey, look, and it ain't necessarily anything just necessarily written in on paper. It's good to write it on paper, because if just in case you forget, the information is there for you." Okay. You see what I'm saying? But you can do verbal contracts. Just make sure they're not lengthy, and always make sure you paying attention. One thing I say about spirits, they gonna let you know. And they gonna let you know everything. The only thing is hidden is the fact that you didn't pay attention to the fact, and you didn't, that feeling that they give you, like, I don't know if I should trust this spirit right here. Because I got some contractual agreements out there. I'm just going to just tell you the truth. You understand? And if I told you the ones, I mean, if y'all want to know who I got some contractual agreements with, I'll tell you. Now, a lot of people may laugh. A lot of people laugh at me. And the reason why they laugh at me is because, It's you have to put for the matrix people. You got matrix witches out there, matrix spiritualists. Everything has to kind of, they have to find a way to line it up with the things we have been brainwashed with. You understand? You have to make it make sense like that, because a lot of people are not going to follow you if you're not making that type of sense. But you can't make that kind of sense when it comes to hoodoo and spirituality. It's not possible. Because spirituality cannot be dissected, it can't be analyzed, it can't be proven, with anything like that. Like, just like people say, I'm stepping out on faith. You cannot prove faith, you cannot explain faith. You see what I'm saying? When it comes to supernaturals. You understand? So, anyways, with me, I say exactly how I done it, how I saw it, how I felt it, how I experienced it, and I ain't trying to fit it in with the matrix. So that's why I'm laughed at. Oh, she's a fool. Listen to her. She needs discipline. And that's why these people are the people that don't necessarily have the opportunity to develop their spirituality. They will never have that opportunity. And it's sad because we ain't got much time over here on this side before we become ancestors ourselves. Okay? Okay, thank you so much for that, Jackie. Thank you. Our moderator had to totally obliterate a troll. Thank you for doing so. And be respectful in here if you want the privilege, okay, and the honor to be able to speak this moment in time, because like I say, time is of the essence. We don't have time to be indulging in foolishness. This is quick and brief. You either get it or you missed it. You don't know when this window will open up again. Something happened to me where I had an opportunity to take advantage of something, and I contemplated and I contemplated, and I was Mr. Willis said, go ahead and take the opportunity. I didn't, because I was afraid, and I contemplated. See, fear will get you in trouble. And when I went back in there, the window was closed. Now I can't open it back up again. So, you have to take advantage of at the moment. You know what I'm saying? That's just like Papa Legba. That was a once in a lifetime thing. And I'm so frustrated because, like, when I get these things on film, they tend to be blurred. Just like I spoke to Papa, you all saw him at the temple on a Monday, and a lot of footage of that film was removed from it. And he even danced at the end, but it was all removed. I don't know if it was a supernatural phenomenon, technical difficulties. I don't know, but a lot of it was lost. So we're not going to be wasting any time here in the classroom. We're going to get what we got to get, because like I say, it's going to unlock some mysteries and some doors in your life, raise some windows so that you can get some information and wisdom that is going to totally change your life for the better. Okay? So thank you for that, Jackie. Okay, so now let's talk. Let's get into the meat of what's going on. So I went to my man where I get my oils from. Okay. Now, when I say get my oils from him, I do the actual energy work of my oils. It's just the fact his oils are essentials. Like, he got essential roses and all this different stuff. What he got? He got rose. He's got jasmine. And if y'all want to know my favorite oil, it is definitely jasmine. Jasmine, I mean the flower jasmine and honey, not necessarily honey. It's jasmine, and I love magnolia. Those are my two favorites. The camellia is my favorite flower, but the essence and the fragrance of magnolia and jasmine actually just puts me in a trance. Okay, I go into a trance or under some type of possession of the jasmine flower. Okay, the jasmine vine and the magnolia vine definitely takes me. It opens up portals for me. Hello. To a very delightful experience So I get those essences from him. I spent $250. I didn't mean to spend that kind of money, but I mean, I just, when I got in there, the spirit said we need all of this. I went on ahead and I went forward. I said, let me go and get this because I like to dress, my candles and stuff like that with it. When I say mine, I'm talking about mine. When I burn my candles, I like to, and I don't mind giving you all the information. I know I'm giving it to some haters and they're gonna run out and do it too. But oh shit, y'all, I broke a candle. I knew one was gonna get broke. I had picked one of the boxes up and I totally destroyed one candle. I'm gonna have to throw that in the trash. I'm looking at them now. So what I really do candle dressing for myself and burn for myself. So if you are a spiritualist and you not necessarily dressing your own candles and burning them for yourself but you just doing it to make money, one day you're gonna get in a serious situation where you can lose big time, man. Lose a place to stay. You got to always take care of yourself first before you got to take somebody care of somebody else. Auntie would always tell me, do you first. And then once you finish doing you, if you got something left, then you can give off to someone else to help them. And y'all don't forget that, especially for you mothers, put your children first, okay? That's your investment. You understand what I'm saying? That's your investment. So you want to make sure you got your children in the best schools that you can. Put them in. If you can't, you should educate your own children at home and give them the best. Don't necessarily educate your children to probably one day get a college bill. Educate your children so one day that they can be entrepreneurs and create and establish their own businesses. Does that make sense? No one truly needs a college education. It's a great thing to have. If you're going to get a college education, don't get a college education so you can get a job. Get a college education so that you can gain knowledge to be self-employed, to create your own dynasty. You see what I'm saying? And legacy. That's what you want to do. Okay, because college school tuition gonna be, some of y'all got small children. By the time you get here, a school tuition may cost about what, 75,000 to 100,000. I think it's there now. It's gonna get worse. So if you got 4 children, 5 children, 500 some thousand, go ahead on get that up to 9, and it's gonna be hard to come up with some 500,000 some dollars. Okay, so we just gonna start our own. We're going to educate our children how to create businesses, and it starts very young. Like, you ever hear these kids having lemonade stands? Just look online. You got children that are creating businesses, selling shoes and different things like that. That's the best education you could teach your children. What should you be teaching your children right now? You should be teaching them how to speak at least a couple of languages. You can hire, for you homeschooling, hire a Spanish speaking individual. The bird is going, okay, I hear you, baby. Handle a Spanish individual. You can find them on the internet where they can come into your home. You can have a Spanish woman to come in and teach your children for at least 2 hours a day how to speak Spanish. This is very important. Look, it's not a luxury now. It's a necessity, because this is going to be a Spanish speaking country. I see it already. America does not have a standard language. Most think it's English, but if you look it up, a young woman told me, she majored in languages, and she said we have no official language. So Spanish may be one of our languages, and if you don't know Spanish, you're going to be left out. You're going to be left out. A lot of stuff is written in Spanish, and it used to be the English used to be on the first part of the pamphlet, but now shit, English on the back side and Spanish is on the front side. So, public school systems, those are supplemental educations. Know that that's only a supplement. It's not enough in it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like getting government cheese. Okay? It's really like surplus. Your children are getting a surplus education if they're in public schools. Okay? It is not intended for your child to become successful one day and own their own businesses. It's not meant for that. It's not meant for your child to be able to score a high enough score ACT so that they can go to Howard University or Harvard University. It's not intended for that. Its goal to be totally the opposite of that. What is public education for? It's a brainwashing tool. Public education is a brainwashing tool. It's just a place to get your children in there so that they can indoctrinate your children and have them to believe the world so as they believe for you to believe. It's not meant to score high ACTs. So that, like I say, know that you're responsible for your own investment. So it's yours now. So you need to be teaching your children Spanish. Get your Spanish teacher in here. Shit, I need to hire me a Spanish woman that speaks fluent English and Spanish to come in to teach me. You understand what I'm saying? Know that the wall is not to keep the people over on the other side from coming in. It's to keep you from going what? Out. Facts. It's a wonderful world in those places like Colombia. It is. I know it's some suffering. Don't think that I'm just not totally like naive. But Mexico is some wonderful places for you if you take your dollars and put them up to retire and you decide you want to retire in Mexico, you're going to live a better life there than you will here because it's not that expensive and they know it. You can get your medications cheaper in Mexico. You can get surgeries. Some people who need surgeries, you'll get those cheaper. Women are going over there getting their tubes untied and getting this, that. But be safe though. Be safe at the same time too. But your children need two languages. What two languages do I recommend? They need to learn how to speak Spanish and they need to know how to speak French. Those are to me are the most too important. From there, Portuguese. I'm sorry. Portuguese is very important too because if you're going further south, they speak Portugal in those places like Brazil. You need this, especially for the people who say, these black men who say they're going to Brazil to get them a woman because they're exotic and they're more subservient. So they want to go down there. You need to learn some Portuguese before you go down there. Portugal. Is it Portuguese or Portugal? But anyway, so I just gave you all a good idea of how to raise your children. Raise your children in your money. Like people say, what's the best investment? People are looking for places to invest their monies. You know what I'm saying? Like me, I think for me as an older woman, I think for me, investing in real estate is a good option. And for women who are my age that got grandchildren, you may want to consider that. I like, what's the best investment? Let's put it like this. Your children. You was to get like some big time cash, like I don't know what big time cash is for you, but if you got children and your children are thriving and they're okay, you are investing your money right. Don't feel like, oh shit, I can't afford any real estate right now. Damn, I can't afford, you know what I'm saying, to get a money marketing account at this point. Invest it in your children. It's the safest way and it's mostly guaranteed. Don't y'all think so? So that's the best. That investment is better than real estate and money marketing, and stocks and bonds. Put it in your children. So if you have to pay somebody a Spanish speaking a person to teach them Spanish, put it into it. There's so many channels on YouTube that teach your children how to speak Spanish, French. Is it German? All that good stuff. That's what's important. I don't back college educations at this point now because too many unemployed college educated people that can't find no work. I back, you giving your children the information. Start teaching them how to set up a business right now. Your children set up a website for your kids right now. Teach them how to go on their websites and sell products. You know what I'm saying? Find out what your children's niche is now and promote them in selling their own. What I don't know. They may want to be inventors. They may want to create an app. There's an app that I want to create right now. And I don't want to talk about it right now because if I talk about it right now, who knows who's listening? They may beat me to creating it. Yeah, you could create apps, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So this is what your children need to be doing. Take these PlayStations from them. Thank you, Chrissy. Chrissy sent me an Instagram of this new PlayStation that is coming out, and the man was warning everybody to not buy that for your children because it's going to actually his actual take on it is that it's going to be able to actually extract your plasma through the devices. And he said that Donald Trump, I may be explaining it wrong. And I don't know if Chrissy actually watches my videos. Me and Chrissy is more or less on another platform together. If you hear Chrissy, maybe you can explain it. But anyways, she was talking about how this new PlayStation that is coming out, y'all look it up now. If y'all can tell me the name of it, because I don't know the name of the PlayStation. But it's supposed to be really, really hot. But it's going to be able to read your facial expressions, your irises. It's going to be to a point where it can match, what type of blood type you got or what have you. It may benefit the black organ market. What you call it? The black organ market. What's what they call it? The organ black market or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So it is really going to be what he says, a very sinister product. So it makes sense to me because they coming up with everything, and they say it's a reason. How did he put it? It's a reason they want you to have a smartphone, a smart TV, a smart house, okay? Because these things, like right now, I have no privacy when it comes to Google. Google knows everything. They listen to our phone calls. They match it up with whatever YouTube content we're watching, whatever YouTube content we're actually presenting on our platform. They are very invasive, okay? Google is a very invasive entity. We give it permission to spy on us because this is our way of being able to reach out and communicate with the world. That's why they call it the World Wide Web. And it's hard to get away from it because, it's just if they were to get rid of the internet, a lot of people will commit suicide. For real. I hate to be that drastic. We have given them our whole entire existence. Okay? So we want to be very, very careful in what we do for our children. Our children are very precious. So we need to safeguard and preserve them. They are, once again, they are our inheritances, our offsprings that guarantee that you're going to come back if you are depending on come. I mean, you want to come back. You know what I'm saying? So, they're not only your insurance here on this plane of existence, but on many levels of existences. So, if you have it to give to them or your all, you understand, who knows what they can do for, not only for, your lineage line, but for the world itself. Okay. Erica says she don't want to be a guardian angel for anybody. Scorpion says she don't want to come back. Now, for all of you all who are saying, I don't want to come back. Okay, so I know you're putting a lot of time and energy into making sure that you won't have to come back and doing all of the necessary classroom work that needs to be done. But this is one aspect you might not be thinking about. You need to be thinking about where you want to go. Does that make sense? You need a clear, devised plan. And there are a lot of channels out there and a lot of material, but it's just so hard and so difficult to come up with the keywords to find that information. And a lot of those people are underground, and YouTube is getting very sophisticated and making sure that they are hiding pertinent information that will activate whatever that is in you, you know what I'm saying? Or show you to these archaic records or whatever that you need to be able to take your destiny in your own hands, so you won't always have to be a slave coming back and forth to this infinite loop, as they say. You see what I'm saying? So where are you planning on going? So that's the information as you work and diligently to become one with whatever that is, that infinite, all that that is the power of your existence, of who you are, that soul of you. You understand? Where do you plan for your soul to go? Because it's a lot of traps out there and a lot of trickery. Because I'm telling you, they ain't gonna let you out easy. They ain't. You are energy. We all are food and an energy source to this power plant called the Matrix. And I'm sure everybody knows that. Okay. Okay, Gabby said I didn't have to come back this life because I cleared all my karma writing my own book of this lifetime. That's good, but can I ask you, Gabby, you and others who say that you don't want to come back, because maybe y'all can help me out too. Where do you all plan on going after this lifetime? Do you know? Let me know. Hey, Vashti. Vashti says she liked that movie that those folks was in, The Further. Shay says Scorpion. Mama Midnight said, I want to go amongst the stars and create. That's what I want to do after this life. So you want to be a demigod. Is that what they call them? A demigod. Demirage. Demirage. Some that vampire I'm dealing with, y'all. And I don't know if I told y'all. His car was sitting at the crossroads. It was at nighttime. Around his time is always 11 o'clock, and he was sitting down there, right there, parked on the well, you wouldn't know which side I'm talking about, but he was parked on the side of it at a little small building right by the railroad tracks. So I was trying to see if I can explain to you, but he was sitting over there. I want to confront him, but some says don't just keep going. Don't mess with it. Just sitting there. That's his time, 11 o'clock. So I saw him there at one time. I hadn't seen him come down my street. We hadn't met up with each other yet. But I did see him sitting over there, and I think that was last week sometime. But anyways, he said that when he was near death, he noticed he had three claws for hands. And he said that those gargoyles had offered him a universe. And he saw and witnessed algorithms of phenomenal proportions and all of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, oh gosh, honey, I sure hope I'm not a part of whatever that is. But he said they offered him a universe. I don't want to be a part of it. I really don't, because it ain't gonna be good at all. And he was just talking about how much soul energy they were offering him to harness and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So, honey, hopefully we won't have to be a part of whatever that is. Mom, okay. Mama Midnight says the name of the movie is Insidious. Y'all definitely need to watch that. That stuff is real. Saint Anne says railroad tracks is Ogun's territory, not leg boss. Redbone Voodoo Bruja. How are you? Says I want to be able to travel through the underworld and different dimensions. Saint Anne said the realm of the primordial mothers is where I want to go afterwards. Okay. Some people want to be saints or lower. You know what I'm saying? Like that. So we think that it's only like, a certain amount, but there are many lower, so many names of of Loas and Orishas and saints. There's so many names of them. It's just the popular ones that we talk about most of the time. The mystery spirits and stuff are those people that don't get a name. You know what I'm saying? So some people want to be amongst the saints. I say that like the saints are in on a level that is so high and difficult to reach. And this is what the Christian people call heaven. This is the place where the light beings reside. Some people want to go there. Okay, Mama Midnight said yes, Demi are full on goddess. And this is what we should supposed to be putting our time, energy, and efforts into. But instead, and I'm not talking about the people here who are in the chat, but instead, we're wasting our times on what Cardi B is doing, and we're giving her our energy. We were worried about what Drake is doing and Chris Brown and all of these different celebrities, and really these said celebrities shouldn't even occupy our minds and stuff like that. They shouldn't even have a place in our heads. Now every now and then I entertain that as a middle-aged woman and stuff, go back and forth, but I would not ever allow it to take it. They can have a half of a percent of my life existence. But you think that I'm going to go to the point where I'm going to buy their albums and put my energy into it, or going to the concerts, which I probably be the oldest woman in there. But you'd be surprised. There are some older people that's going to see people like Beyonce and Jay-Z and all that stuff like that, older people like that. But you don't give your energy to anything outside yourself, really. That's not going to serve you. I just don't see how uh, these different people can actually serve me. You know what I'm saying? And I told you I'll even be careful with these different loas, orishas, deities, because they want so much you may not be able to give it to them and stuff. And like exactly what are these so-called superstars? Which superstars meaning that they are taking so much of our energy to power themselves up with. What can they actually do for you on your journey to ascension? Always question what you are investing your time and energy into, because you cannot necessarily get that back from them when you give it to them. If that's what you are resourcing your energy to, how are you going to get your return on investment? How are you going to get it back? You know what I'm saying? How's it going to feed you? Especially when you need energy, you need to eat. How's it going to serve you and your family? So we should be spending all of our time here trying to find a way, you understand what I'm saying, to get the energy we need to power plant our own projects. Hello? You can say that again, St. Anne. They don't have good music. Even though I like Chris Brown's song, but he sure enough looked good on that video, didn't he? You got a girl. Yeah, and they say he tattooed a shoe on his side of his neck. Had the little red bandana, had the bad boy look going on there. Yeah. Anyway, I don't want to waste my time on that. Mama Midnight said, I don't think there's anything wrong with taking a break, but I don't get down with all stuff. Cardi B, World Star 50, and Ja Rule. I'm always so late when it comes to these trends. Me too. And it's where I'm at now at my age. I know that. My children, I never will forget, we went to Atlanta and stuff, and they knew these people, all of these different so-called superstars and stuff. And I didn't know. They're just like ordinary people. They had to let me know, Mama, that's such and such, and that's such and such. I said, to me, they just look like a regular people to me. You know what I'm saying? No, Mama, those are stars. Oh, they are? Oh, okay. I didn't see any aura over their head. I didn't see anything illuminating over their head, and I didn't see no halo or anything over their heads or anything, so I didn't know what they were. It didn't make no big deal to me. Redbone, Voodoo Brujo said that Cardi B type music is low frequency. Yes, and this is all a part of their trap. You know what I'm saying? To lower the frequencies of our young people. You understand? So they won't necessarily get anywhere or go anywhere. Look, y'all need to know that, another thing I was reading on that site that was particularly interesting is the individual was saying that it's not necessarily the sun that's heating up the earth. I agree with that because he says you go further up, it cools off, especially when you go into outer space. It's a very cool place out there. So it's hard to believe that the sun is actually responsible for these ice sheets and glaciers melting, and I do believe it because I've seen the footage of like just I mean Greenland used to be covered in snow and ice, but now they say it's a beauty. I ain't saying it ain't no snow and ice there. It's still some there, but there are some places where snow and ice used to be. And the guy was excited because he said now he can grow vegetables. They're growing lettuces and beautiful flowers and plants because now the sheets of ice are being unearthed to where people can grow things. But they say the problem is, they can put a wall of clouds in the sky. But what's going on is the earth is heating from the core, but people do not realize that the earth has its own interior sun, and that's what's heating the earth up. And not only that, the more people that turn away from as we either enter or we are in the age of Aquarius, that in itself is heating up your pineal glands, your spirituality move away from the old way of thinking and living, the old consciousness as you raise in your vibrations, y'all. That is responsible for also heating up ice sheets and snow. And another thing I came up with the more human beings are being unjustly treated, and animals, as I struggle with my own addiction to eating flesh, all of that is contributing to the pole shifting and these ice sheets melting. So this is why it's important that we treat our fellow man and women with respect. Abusing children, you know what I'm saying? Being violent towards each other. This is what's melting a lot of these snow caps and all of that stuff like that. It's responsible for it. And right now, it's just like, it's like nothing can be done about it at this point. Because you cannot teach people how to have love and respect for each other. You can't teach that. And there's only a few humanitarians left. Only a few. Hey, Vicky Overton, how are you? Hey, Amy. Subrel, how are you? Says, I hate when people idolize celebs. They aren't any different than anyone else. That's true. I mean, I'm looking at your humanitarian efforts. That's what makes great, wonderful superstars to me. What are you doing for humanity? For humanity, you know what I'm saying? What are you doing for the earth? You know what I'm saying? For what are you doing for nature? What are you doing for, what are you doing? Besides just getting on the stage, we're screaming, we're yelling, we're crying, because, Michael Jackson just did a moonwalk across the stage. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying he didn't do some great things for humanity, but if the people who are invested in him and his work, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to speak ugly about the dead, but exactly what are they doing? The people who have, like I say, who have exalted him to this status, what are they doing with that energy to benefit to benefit the earth? It's only what we're teaching people that benefit the earth that makes us these wonderful humanitarians and great superstars. So what did he do? What did he do? Not what did he do? What did his students do with that energy? What did they do with that? Yeah, I don't know. That might not make sense. I don't know how to phrase that. How are they applying his teachings? How are they applying it? And he sang some great music and stuff like that, make this world a better place and everything. But how is the world applying that to better this place? And if they're not applying it and it was just like, oh, he was cute and oh, I like the way he glided across the stage and make this world a better place and just sing it and you do nothing. You do nothing with whatever that is, then his work it was pretty much not effective if you ask me. I don't know. I'm getting stuck with that one. I'm gonna move on. Okay, we're talking about the medical community. Pop music celebs are less than ordinary people, says St. Anne. And we need to know that. We need to know that we are the power source that they need. Is Varney in here? Hey, Varney. Okay, Varney said it is a glory to be a male witch. Okay. Oh, talk to me, Jackie. And Jackie, thank you so much for the info that you gave me. And we need to share some of that. Jackie said, what's the deal with the California blackout? Talk to us, Jackie. Redbone says we need Redbone Voodoo Bruja said Lord, we need more vegetation on Earth. Yes, where we get our oxygen from. If there's no greenery on the planet, we won't be able to breathe. Vicky Overton says pole shift. Scorpion says it's our energy that can heat up. Hey, TK Brantley. Oh, Redbone Voodoo Bruja said it's called trap music. Oh, good insight. Hey, Quinetha. She said she hates these new folks because it's just the music sounds so retarded. And maybe because of where I'm at right now, on my age. You know what I'm saying? But it is some retarded music now. It ain't nothing you can use to activate anything in yourself but foolishness. That's it. Even though I was dancing on music that a lot of people may think is foolishness. And I'm going to explain that. And Isaiah said, I do believe it's okay to like music, of course, but don't let those entities consume your energy. Okay, so now this is helping me to get straight on into what I want to talk about, containing to the actual title. I just waited till everybody got in here first. Jackie said, I heard they're cutting the power in Northern California to stop the wildfires. Woo, my. That's a mess, ain't it? And like I said, these wildfires are staged. I mean, I think they are, but you all may disagree. We do know the planet is heating up. It's getting really hot here. And the only reason why you got that little cool breeze, because I mean, just last week we was getting 100 something, and now the nights are cool. We're down in the 60s now and everything, so it's just turned on and off like a light switch. Okay, so we know that the weather is modified, it's regulated, it's GMO, it's HARP, it's all of these different things. Okay, So it's a chance that these wildfires and stuff like that may be related to the heat up of the planet. But I think it's a little bit more, it's a little bit more sinister than that. I think like they want to, I mean, this is just a way to, just test it out and see how people react. It's a project. It's an experiment. Let's see what happens if we turn the lights off in this small section. We have an excuse to do it because we got these wildfires. We're going to see how the people react. We're going to see how many people we lose on the mental side, on the physical side, on the spiritual side. We're just going to see what happens. Because they know that pretty soon, that maybe the grids, because I don't know if they're working on them or not. I heard that they're pretty shaky and on their last leg. We need to see how America will react to a total blackout. Because there are a lot of countries and stuff, blackouts ain't no big deal to these people. They live with it all the time, where the lights are on a certain amount of time and then they go off, and people, they live with that. You know what I'm saying? Now I want y'all to know that when you do have blackouts, you have a little bit more spiritual activity. More spirits are out when the electricity is off, and so you're going to get more visitations with the lack of lights and stuff like that, energy and stuff, electrical energy and stuff. So they want to see what's going on. But I thank you, Jackie, for sharing that. I'm going to check that out. Hey, Sharon, how you doing? That's what we getting over here too, Vicky. She says the weather is same here, 90 to 100 in the day and now 60 in the night. It's like that here too. It's like it's a desert because, in deserts it's like that. Deserts get real hot in the daytime and at night they get pretty cool. We got that desert weather. Vicky said, I'm from Cali and my fan is still there. Ships. Oh, your family's still there. Ships are being seen in the sky as well. I heard we were on live and we heard a ship horn over here on my end. I'm like, wait a minute now. Ain't no ocean nowhere here to be found. And you can hear it going, whoa. And I heard something else hellish fight coming from someplace. I don't know if it was the sky. It was not from underground, but I really couldn't figure out it was from the sky or just the atmosphere itself. And it made this hellish fight like weird sounding demonic scream and yell. And you could just hear it just coming from just you don't know where. It was very loud. And I was like, what the hell is that? It's almost, and then they say they hear horns coming from the skies. It's almost like it's some giant entities, humans or something like that, watching over us. And they sounding off horns, okay? Like these big, I don't know, trumpets, I don't know. Ship horns and all kind of stuff, laughing. And you people, you look at the videos on YouTube so y'all you see that I'm just not making none of this up. Everything I talk about, I tell you, you can find it on the YouTube yourself, except for some of this oracle work that I do. Source work, you're not going to just find that on YouTube and stuff like that. And that's why I always have a lot to talk about because I have source information that I get. And everything I talk about don't come from, books and everything. And this is why a lot of people who mainstream through matrices cannot get down and relate to me because they don't want oracle information from me. They think I'm a buffoon, a fool, and all that other stuff they call us. You know what I'm saying? But it's all good. I want you all to tap into your source information. Just about all of us have source information. Don't worry about the fact that somebody else say that's you're a lunatic, you crazy, you got to be. You know what I'm saying? Don't pay no attention to them. That's called your intuition. Always pay close attention to your intuition. Don't let nobody else in that place. You know what I'm saying? That's your sacred, special place that you go to for your knowledge. You don't let nobody else come in and try to distract you with worried about what other folks think. You know what I'm saying? You gonna sure enough come back. Like a lot of y'all who say y'all don't want to come back. You gonna come back if you can't get out of your head what other people think of you and the things that you do. You gonna come back. Because part of not coming back is being able to shed away the brainwashing. You understand? And the indoctrination and the shaming. You got to get rid of that. Hey Kim, how you doing? Okay. St. Anne said those sounds have been heard for the past few years down in the southeast and the Caribbeans. Vika says all true. Hey Zahava. Oh, thank you for the sunshine, for the greenery. Okay, Erica says she be hearing things from the sky, birds chirping at night. Anytime you hear birds chirping at night, that's a warning. Anytime you hear, okay, if you got nocturnal creatures, when nocturnal creatures are out in the daytime, that's a warning. When you have daytime creatures and stuff making noises or flying around at night, that's all a warning. Okay? It's out of the ordinary. You have to pay attention to that. When birds chirping at nighttime, that's a sign of a storm, some type of devastation is coming. Oh, St. Anne said Mercury goes retrograde on Halloween. Oh, y'all be looking out. I agree. Thank you for summing this up. Erica says Harp and CERN is at work. If you don't know what CERN is, you need to look it up. CERN, CERN. Look that up. What they're trying to do is, my take on it, I might be wrong, is they're trying to actually open up a door, to open the doorway up to another realm. That's some serious stuff. That is very, very serious. Okay? Talking about opening up a portal. I mean, not even a portal, just wide open, just letting things in, and so that they can go in and out. And I do believe that different realms of existence spy on each other to figure out the new technology, the new cars, and the new, you see what I'm saying? A lot of that stuff does happen, and CERN is definitely going to give them a peek into other existences, like merging us with other existence. I'm going to pull out something really wild. This is just a wild card I'm throwing out, which I am always. Y'all need to know I am a wild card, okay? And I'm proud of it. But who knows? They may let the Cyclops in and the dinosaurs back in. You see what I'm saying? There's a reason why there are borders between us and the other planes of existence. It protects us. Okay, now. Hey, Black Hippie. Okay, now, look. Okay, let me talk to y'all. Okay, so I want to get to the actual. I want to get to the actual video title. Okay, I'm gonna get to it. A love bug just flew in here, and there are two attached. And what I want to do is separate them. And I just did. I separated them, and to separate them is to they didn't do too well, y'all. I just wanted to separate them. Oops, sorry about that. Nature's watching. You can lose a lot of points for that, they say. But look, my title. Oh, can somebody please tell me what the title of the video is, please? Somebody. Hey, Tank, how you doing? Can somebody please tell me what the title of the Hey, Ann. Can somebody tell me what the title of this video is? Okay. Help me out. I'm waiting on somebody to tell me. Thank you so much, Erica. Erica said, I got a visit from Papa Ghede Baron. Okay, so now I want to talk about this. Thank you, Vicky. Thank you, Alvarni. Look, okay, look. Let's talk. Okay. A lot of you all probably did not see my video. I did a video dancing Some people may have said that the video was very, very sexual. I didn't get any feedback on it, but I danced. I told y'all I was dancing for Papa. I was actually dancing for Papa Ghede. Okay? That's who I was dancing for. I said for family and for Papa. Now, a lot of people don't understand that sometimes, and whenever you want to, you can dance for the orishas or for the loa, especially if you get a feeling in you where you just really want to dance. Sometimes you can be under a possession and dance, like if you are possessed by a particular spirit, loa or orisha. You can be possessed to dance. So I danced off of Spice. That was Spice's song. Somebody thought it was Patra. She does remind me a lot of Patra, but it's actually Spice, which is she's a Caribbean vocalist and artist. But I got up and I danced for that song, and it looked, to some people may have looked very sexual. And I want you all to know that when you dance for Papa, okay? Papa, I don't know which Papa you're talking about, but I'm talking about Papa Ghede. You're going to dance sexual, and he enjoys it. Papa loves women, and he got quite a few wives, but he loves mortal women, okay? That's one aspect of him. He's very obscene. And see, a lot of folks are like, oh, I can't get with that. Oh, no, 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 no. That is very disrespectful. And so a lot of these people have just already closed the doors to the Loa or to the Orisha. They have closed the door because basically what you're saying is you are ashamed of them. So your shame is not going to allow you, you understand, to be elevated any further. Okay? Like I tell people, I am very fond of those different West African practices, but Ifa and Santeria really, I really am favored under those, okay? Especially Ifa. So, anyways, I danced for Ghede. And it was very sexual. I went to sleep. And lo and behold, and I ain't lying. If I'm lying, I'm flying. He was at my door. Just like Oya met me at the ocean. And that morning she was at the door when I woke up. Because when you see them, and especially you see them in your house, they're always at your door. That means the door is open. Okay? See, a lot of people don't understand that. When they show up, they'll show up at the ocean. If they follow you home, they'll show up at your door. That means the door is open. Papa Ghede was at my bedroom door. I calmed down. I said, I'm not going to let nothing frighten me. I'm not going to be scared. And I'm going to tell y'all what he had on. Listen to me good. He had on a black, listen to me, he was tall. And he was black. Dark skin. He had like so much hair on his head. He had like 2 inches of hair, 2 or 3 inches of hair on his head. He had. I'm gonna leave the good part for last. I'm gonna tell you what he had on him, and I ain't gonna talk about that right now. But anyway, let me tell you something. He had on a black T-shirt. Now, typically, we would hear that he had on a black suit. You see people say he had a black suit on, and he and all that, but he had on a black T-shirt. Okay, he had on some black pants, zip button black pants. He was kind of shaped sort of like my dad. My dad was a kind of guy. He was like My dad was kind of like a big man, so he was shaped up like my father. It was not my daddy, but he had a shape similar to him. And I didn't know Baron was so tall. This man was tall. You know what I'm saying? Because Legba is a short guy, but this was a tall, big guy. Now he did have his feet. His feet were barefooted. He didn't have anything on his feet. So I don't know why. You know, when he shows up with to me, he has no shoes or no socks on. There was nothing on his feet. I could see his toes and everything. He was at the door, but now these are two things, two characteristics. He looked like I would say he was like in his 30s to late, maybe late 30s to early 40s. You understand? I didn't see any gray in his hair. But these are two things that stood out to me. He, y'all get ready, cause I know y'all gonna say that lady is crazy. I can't follow this lady. This lady's crazy. He had a heart on. He had a very stiff one. His penis was erect. Y'all need to know that Baron can be what most would think very obscene. And like most people, when they're possessed by Baron, they will holler out a lot of obscenities. They'll do a lot of cursing and smoking and drinking. So you find yourself cursing a little bit more than you would, craving fried foods and wanting hot peppers in it and stuff like that. It's a chance you're under possession. Especially if you're doing a lot of cussing and stuff like that. And sexual. You understand? And that's a very sexual energy. You need to know that. That's why a lot of women are attracted to Baron because Baron is a very sexual deity. And I was shocked when I saw the penis. No, it was not out of the pants. You could just see it sticking out of the pants. And I was like, oh my good. You know, I said, well, I'm going to close my eyes and this is going to be gone. I'm going to close my eyes. I closed my eyes, you know, and, but one of the last thing I wanted to tell you that I saw about him that was very distinctive. His face was painted like Ghede's, all white. It was not a mask. His face was painted all white. The only thing you could see was his eyes and his mouth. That's the only thing on his face that could be seen. I want to say he had a cigar, but he didn't have a cigar. Wouldn't have been cool if he had a cigar in his mouth, okay? So if he was at my bedroom door. Now, mama gonna have to be like walking on eggshells because I don't know if I have found favor in him or is this something that's as a warning. I'm not sure. I just know that I did. So in other words, what I want to tell y'all, if you there may be two things going on with people who get visitations. It may be it may be three things. It could be a warning. If you have danced in some kind of a way or set an altar up or given gifts, they may show up to let you know they're pleased. Now, I did do a dance for Papa Ghede. I danced for him. So I may have summoned his energy. You kind of see the different reasons why they can show up, and some people invoke them because they may need work done. Now, if he has been invoked, this is my opportunity and moment. See, so a lot of you are going to be getting a lot of spirit visitations. People in most cultures want the spirit visitation. They want it. They crave it. Because then they are like on top of, they're on cloud nine. Oh my God, I know that, these supernatural gifts and the energies are with me. I'm just going to say I'm excited. That's what I'm going to say for right now. If something bad happened, I'm going to be saying, y'all, it wasn't good. But I know I invoked him, not really realizing I was going to get a visitation by dancing sexually to him. If you don't believe me, you can look at voodoo ceremonies, especially in Haiti, and you will see where when they are invoking that energy. Because see, I'm thinking it's Baron in Haitian culture, Baron Samedi. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. But the women will dance very, so when the person that's possessed, will dance, and you'll know it's whose energy it is, because they will have the characteristics of that particular loa with them. And the women will dance very sexual to that energy. Does that make sense? Grinding. You understand what I'm saying? And Ghede may just be hunching and all of this. This is it. I'm not making this up. A lot of people, this is new to them. And so they think I'm making this up. And I hate to say it, I'm learning by trial and error. Just like Auntie said, just come to you. As you open yourself up to spirituality and you entertain this and you give offerings and stuff, they come to you. This is real. And this is what they want you all to think, because they've already programmed you in school, because that's all school is a program, is to get you to believe that spirituality is for the nuts of society, for the misfits, for the hermits, outcast. This is what they want you to think. Because, see, if you exploring your spirituality, then you are useless in the workforce. They need a workforce where there are people that are keeping their minds distracted by entertainment and purchasing and buying things and shopping and doing drugs and all of that. You understand? Then you can work for them. But if your mind is outside of that, they got a place called prison for you. Okay? Or have nots. That's your punishment for not going with the flow and the rhythm of the matrix. So, this was my actual experience with Ghede. Now I got to see what's gonna happen from here. Now, like I say, some people, when they invoke him, they are looking to. I know he's with me right now, so I mean, he, y'all know who he is. He got all kind of characteristics. He guards the cemetery. He escorts the people from this side to the other side. These are all these aspects. He can heal you, or he can just take you out your misery. Okay? So now Mama like sitting down. I know it's some other wonderful things to him. Okay? We're going to see if my work gets strong. We going to see what happened to Mama. Look like I'm the guinea pig over here. Okay? Gabby said he coming out heavy this month. Yes. So y'all get prepared. And I already gave y'all an explanation for who knows who I'm going to be dancing for next. I have danced for Papa Legba. I have danced for Oya. I've danced, but that's my first time, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. There was a song that I created. I made a song, and you can clearly hear it. I don't know if it was Ghede or what. You can hear him talking in the background. You can hear, but I can't say who that mystery spirit was. But I used to have an old saying on YouTube, "Get behind us." And it said, "Get behind us." And it laughed. And I remember doing a dance, an African dance, and it was sexual. And you can hear him in there laughing, and he was pleased. Yes, and y'all saw Papa. Papa put his hand around me, Papa Legba, and and he said, not Papa Legba, but all of those energies are similar. Ishu and Ilegua, they're all similar. But he put his arms around me and told me he loved me, which was very strange, because I'm just gonna be honest. Never got that from no man. I'm gonna be honest. I ain't never got that from Mr. Willie. I'm being open with y'all. I ain't never gotten that with my own father. My father has never put his arms around me and say, "I love you." My mom and dad, they never said that. They were like in a generation where they were honest. They didn't love you. They didn't love you. They didn't say it. I never heard them say that they loved each other. You know what I'm saying? I often tell my children all the time, and Mr. Willie, I love y'all. I love you. Well, I love you too. Our family has practiced hugs and love. My dad never hugged me and said, "I love you." My mom never hugged me. It was a business. My mom and dad, they were like business oriented. We're together running a fucking business. Our house is our business establishment. And a lot of families will report to you that they never got the hugs and the love. So it was something special to me that Papa put his arms around me and said it. It's right. It's on video. If y'all don't believe me, it's on video. I can pull the video up now. We get a. I think the name of the video is the temple and Papa, the visit from Papa Legba. You'll hear him say, "I love you, girl," like that, and put his arms around me. So I said, "Yes, this is definitely Papa. He never got that from no man." You know what I'm saying? Except for the, I always tell my son all the time, hug my son, I love you. And he hugged me and said, I love you too, mama. You know what I'm saying? We all do that for each other. My daughters, I hug them. I love you. And Mr. Willie, we all do have to do that. It's important. You never know when you may have seen a person for the last time, but my mom and dad never done that. They never did that. Oh, Varney said, Mom, I hear you telepathically speaking to me. Isaiah says, might have been I, Gabby, but I was quite young, 11, 12. Vicky said, mine either. Never said it once. I don't. I think it was like that for that generation, that older generation. Their parents probably never told them that. Hey, love you, baby, love you, love you. They never did it. You'll be surprised how back in them 50s and 60s, they never really. I'm not saying no one ever got there. Somebody may have lived in a family where it was always lots of hugs and lots of I love yous and stuff like that. But some of them folks back there in that generation didn't get that. And you may still have with families now that don't practice that. So always hug your children and teach them how to love. Teach them how to love themselves. You are the first people to teach them. You know what I'm saying? Tell them, hey, I love you. But it meant something very special to me to hear Papa say, I love you. And I was like, oh, wow. That is an honor. You know what I'm saying? Redbone said, oh. Oh, I thank you. I Gabby said Elegua is real sexual too. Yes. People don't realize it. You have to be careful. Like, you may go, say for instance, you going into a store and there's a little old man there. And he may be asking for a quarter, 50 cents. You know what I'm saying? Maybe asking for $1. And we tend to stumble on him and, we walk and ignore him. We may just even say, man, get a job. Stop begging. I'm going to tell you something. You better be careful. Because you just may be talking to Papa. Be careful. Most of these people that we call bums and stuff like that on the street, he's an alcoholic. Papa drinks. Papa drinks. And I said one time, and I did a couple times, I said, I ain't giving nobody else no money so they can go and buy some liquor. But I changed my mind. Because I may be actually needing to give Papa a couple of dollars so he can go in there and get him something to drink. And that's his offering. We want to tend to like fill up a basket full of cigars and liquor, and that's cool, because Papa go to the crossroad and pick it up. He will. But we tend to want to do that, dress a beautiful basket up and take it off to the crossroads or take it to the market, take it to places and drop it off and leave it. But why not just give Papa what he wants when he come to you? See, people think, oh, Papa, thank you, baby. People think that Papa is just, these spirits are just, I guess they think it's just something that is mystical, that just shows up and, just out of nowhere, out of thin air, or y'all popped up. No. These are energies that possess people. So if Papa energy is possessing a little old man at the moment, he may be inhabiting that man or possessing that man. This is the time for you to give offerings. So the little old man right there at the door, you be like, hey, can I please get $1? Or $1, I need to do this. He got Papa as a trickster. He may lie to you. This may be your time to get favor with him. He may lie. I just need $1 so I can have this dollar so I can get me something to eat. But in actuality, he may just want a drink of liquor. That's the trickster part of him. Okay? Give him his dollar so he can get in there and get him a Coke 45. Go and give it to Papa. Then guess what? That is even more special because he has come to you in body. You're able to watch him. Watch him. You know what I'm saying? This is the time to ask Papa a question. I missed out. Doc had to let me know who that was. I missed out. Do you know how many things I wish I could have asked Papa? Do you know how I wished I had a camera where I could have recorded him, pre-recorded and put it up? We would have gotten everything. I asked Papa to dance. Papa danced. He fell on the ground though, but he danced. He got all the way down to the ground, was dancing. And I said, well, thank you so much. But to me, I just thought it was just a bomb on the street. So Papa can't come to you as a bomb on the street. He don't drink and smoke for nothing, okay? His breath might reek with alcohol. He may be sexual. He may put his arm around you. I don't know. He may do something even more than that. You understand? So, and Papa Ghede now, the difference in Papa Ghede and Papa Legba now, but you need to know Legba, if you don't have favorite Legba, you ain't gonna get no interaction with none of them because he guards the gates. He decide whether you get it or you ain't. But if you fortunate enough and you get access, you know you got favor with him. You got to be Papa's child. And I know I'm Papa's child. I don't care what nobody says, okay? I know that. I have evidence on a camera and just my life itself. Now I'm gonna tell you something. What I noticed about Papa tends to just wear like clothes, like clothes, like that. I ain't saying he dresses like a bum, but he don't seem to be much into like, just looking nice with suits and stuff like that. I've never seen Papa like that. Papa has always been a very modest in how he dressed. But now when you'll know you're dealing with Byron's energy. I have seen Baron's energy late at night once before when he possessed a man. I never will forget. I told you all about that. This is when I fell in love with Ghede. It was a night that I was walking because I had a tendency to walk late at night when it cooled off in the summer. And I promise you, a flashy car pulled up, a black flashy car, and a man came out and he was smelling real good. Ghede is flashy. He is flashy. He likes to wear nice clothes and smell good and charming, very charming. Papa is a little loving, like a loving grandfather type energy, fatherly energy, whereas Ghede is more or less like he introduces you into your sexuality. And like I said, handsome, and he likes to look good, honey. Honey, he got out that car. I ain't lying when I tell you this. He had on purple. I didn't know who he was till later on. He had on purple. He got out the car, had a gold chain, had gold chain on it. Everything came up to me and kissed me directly on the lips. I am not lying. And I didn't know what to think. I didn't know whether to run or not, but he was so captivating. Good looking man. He was a dark skinned guy, short haircut, whatever. He looked like he was like, I give him like he was like in his mid 30s, somewhere like that. Got in his car and he left. And I was like, oh my goodness. And I went home shaking. Do you hear me? So you're gonna know the difference between them, because Ghede, Baron is definitely going to have you fantasize about him. Okay, you'll fantasize about him. Women, you're gonna fantasize. Okay. Okay, Redbone Voodoo Bruja said the homeless men that he possesses always have an energy that feels very welcoming. Yeah, they're very kind people. Very kind. Like I say, they have that Papa energy. So why do we have to go to the woods and leave a basket, like I say, of cigars and liquor when we can give it directly to them? Now there was another energy that came to me in a drive-through. Now I was in a drive-through, okay, Well, it was Wendy's. My son wanted to get him something to eat because he had done took some furniture down to pick some furniture up for me from the chapel because I'm getting all my stuff used. Furniture and everything. You understand? I'm gonna cleanse it and smoke it with sage and do all whatever the work I need to be doing. With it. But I bought it off the internet and stuff like that, and so it was at nighttime. It's about like 12, something like that. When this open late, and my son made an order, and something was compelling because see, I don't really eat that. Something was compelling to me to make an order. I remember what was compelling me. It was this guy that was walking. This old man just kept walking around the car, all the cars. I said, he looked like he hungry. I'm gonna go ahead on and order him a meal. I'm gonna get him a sandwich and a drink and some French fries and all that. I guess I don't know. I don't know. He was real nasty and rude. I noticed he couldn't talk. He was just mumbling. He was like a mute. And I first tried to offer him money because I said, oh, that must be Papa. It couldn't have been Papa because he turned it down. He didn't want it. He threw his hand up like, I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want that. And a young man showed up. And I said, this man must be a mystery spirit. Now, if you all can relate him to the lower, to the Orishas, let me know. But I went on ahead and ordered the meal anyways, even though the man didn't want the money. And it was a tall, slim guy with a round face showed up. And he just out of nowhere, because I said to myself, all this for nothing. Because I went on ahead and ordered the meal. I said, all this for nothing. You know what I'm saying? I said, because this man, he's not going to want the meal or anything like that. Out of nowhere, a young man shows up. You can tell he was hungry and he didn't have. I said, oh, this is who it's for. He was young. He was in his 20s. He was a slender dude, had a round face, and he looked me in his eyes. He took the bag. He said, thank you, Mama. And I said, damn, it's like he know who I am. To this day, I don't know who to relate him to, but just a mystery spirit. I don't know. It was not Gede's energy unless he was a young Papa Leg, but I don't know. See, that's why I was telling y'all there are more Loa or Orisha or Gedes than you all can imagine. You understand what I'm saying? It's more of them. Gede meaning ancestors and spirits and stuff like that. It's more than you can imagine. So I don't know who he was. I don't know. But I knew he had something to do with this West African practice. He was inhabited by an energy, and I'm going to always be trying to figure out who it is. But he got that bag, and he said, thank you, Mama. It was very childlike in nature. I gave it said, could he be Ilegua or Baron's son? That's a good question. That is a good question. It's sad that we have been cut off from these West African diasporas. It's really sad. And I don't think I want to go to Africa right now anytime soon because a lot of folks are going over there and coming back with malaria. You know what I'm saying? That stuff ain't nothing to play with. Somebody was telling me that one of their family members went over there and came back. And they were actually from Africa. But anyways, yeah, like y'all know about Chief. Chief went over there and came back with malaria and passed away from it. So we got quite a few of our men and stuff that are crossing over. There's a rumor that there's this one guy who was a Bokor that actually transitioned on. We're not really sure because looking at the actual Facebook profile, it doesn't look. Okay, I experienced an interruption. And everything. But I'm getting ready to kind of end this and stuff like that anyways and stuff. So, yeah, Redbone says something is fishy about this. The profile was deleted today. Ain't that something? Well, since, and I guess it's safe to call the person's name. You got interrupted while talking about that guy. Sure did. Sure did. Is that confirmation that he has transitioned on? Is this confirmation? Should I call the name? If y'all say go ahead and call him, call the name. It was actually Jackie alerted me to it. Right, right, right. Tata Ngola and Tata Ngolo. Um, and he changed his name to Tata Nakazara. You can so the whole Facebook profile has been taken down, but it was in black and white, black screen, white letters, saying that he was murdered in a violent attack, and please do not contact. Please give the family time because the family is in mourning, and it spelled it wrong. It spelled it like MR, like it was morning time rather than in mourning. Okay, yeah, thank you. It was Jackie that was actually called me and alerted me to it. Jackie, thanks for the information. It was is Tata Nazako is what his name was. He was going back and forth with this Bokor. They were going back and forth, back and forth. So now this Bokor is actually laughing about it, thinks it's funny and it's a joke, and who knows? Maybe he thinks it's funny because he may think it's not true. He may I think his take on it is that the Bokor's take on it is that maybe the guy was a coward because the two of them had been going back and forth, arguing and stuff like that, battling a spiritual battle. And he think maybe it was his cowardly way of just backing out because the Tata Nazako was saying a lot of was doing quite a few videos in the end about being spiritually attacked. So who knows? I don't know. I don't know. I Gabby said, "Oh, nothing good is coming out of that." If somebody passes on, we're taught here in America to have respect and not make fun of the dead. So but this particular person says this Bokor says that he's from a different culture where if someone is slain in death, it's like to them a I thought I had the word right there for maybe it's an indication for him that his spirits are revering for him or taking revenge for him. So it's confirmation that his work works. You know what I'm saying? Because he took his work all the way to overseas. He get his work done from overseas. I ain't gonna get too deep into that, but maybe it's like validation that his Loa is fighting for him. So he thinks it's funny. I'm the type of person. I'm very humbled. And there's been a time I had to hurl a curse out, and the curse actually worked on the person. A very violent curse because the person was doing some very disrespectful things to me in social media and stuff. But my take on it is I would never brag about it because that stuff can turn around on you. So like I said, I'm always humbled. I can get ill, I can get sick. I want y'all to don't ever think that I feel like I'm invincible. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna tell you, you got some courageous warrior spirits with you, but the moment your physical body, they can't keep your physical body up, they give up because it's not worth it no more. They will leave you humbled and they will go away. And when they leave, it's like they just leave a shell, and that very vulnerable childlike nature of the person comes out when those warrior spirits are not with you anymore. So they will abandon you. I don't care what kind of practice you practice. You can practice all the West African practices you want to, okay? Where they raising folks from the dead and making zombies out of them. There's going to come a moment when your warrior spirits are going to, give up the ghost and leave you with just aspects of whatever you left with. So get ready. Black Hippie said Bokar had beef with Tata. Tank says, yeah, I saw all the videos the Borkar made. They had a rivalry. I think he will take credit for it if it turns out to be true. Yeah, yeah. I think so too. It would be like a badge of honor for him. But my thing is, we could be taking credit for something that we may not want to take credit for because we don't know the repercussions of what energies will be brought to the individual. So this is going to be interesting to watch. I mean, deeper than that, who knows? Maybe the Tata got himself into something that was a little bit above his head. That's if he ain't sitting down here right now watching my videos, because that Tata Nazako, Tata, I can't even say it no more. Used to be one of my face. I think it's a Facebook was a Facebook friend of mine and watched my videos. Jackie said, but the people making fun of his death, the Baron will deliver the same fate. Yes, that's why I say, that's why I always say I'm honored. I would never, and you don't supposed to laugh or take credit for anything like that, because vengeful spirits can come back, to reap. So, most people who take people down, they usually keep their mouth closed. It was another person that had a Facebook group, the mystery studies or something like that was the name of it. I cannot think of that guy's name. He was on Facebook, and a Haitian priest he was going back and forth with him because the Haitian priest wanted to take over his Facebook page, and they were going back and forth and stuff like that. And then the actual Haitian priest delivered him a swift blow to the chest. The guy died, and then the Haitian priest just disappeared, unfriended him, and disappeared. He didn't brag about it, he was just gone. So I do believe to some extent when because somebody else brought it to my attention, that when you're dealing with those people who are heavily practicing voodoo and feeding blood to these Orish, I mean to these Loa. I'm sorry, to the Loa. That those those Loa can take revenge, and they can take you out. I'm convinced 100%. Always have been. So you really don't know, when you're dealing with these West African practices, that's all they are. Haiti may take credit for it, but it's just a West African practice that they have, like Cuba and that Santeria and Palo. All of it is a West African system. Ifa, all of that. Okay. So whereas here in America, we're pretty much sterile when it comes to all of that, because they focus our energy only on, just learning how to be able to pay bills so they can get their money, being able to go to school so that we can go and work for them. And that's it. Your spirituality is just totally ignored. You in church, they give you fake blood for commune, which is nothing but red wine, and then they fake flesh, which is like little cracker chips, on the white fangs. That's all you get. That's your spirituality right there. Whereas in these places in West Africa, in these places in Haiti and Cuba, and we're talking about Orbia and all of this right here, they actually give the blood to these entities. Somebody, we had a wonderful conversation. You may be here listening. I don't know. I love your conversation. I didn't see it like this. I knew that the river and the ocean was definitely a supernatural being. But when you said that your significant other said, don't get in that river because that river don't know you, I almost dropped to the ground. Because I always felt like that too when I go down to the Alabama River, which the Alabama River does know me because I was born right at the Alabama River. So the Alabama River knows of my presence. You know what I'm saying? So your rivers that you are around, that of your birth is in, and the land you're in, like my land knows me. The Alabama soil knows me. I am created and made up of the Alabama river and Alabama soil. I'm home. And this makes my work, my practice even more stronger, more supernatural. Like I've been trying to teach people how to be more strong in that supernatural practice, just being on the land. If you are displaced or you're living somewhere else, go back to your soil. Go back and communicate. That place knows you. The trees there, they know you. The wind knows you there. The grass, the everything, the rocks know you. Go back and talk to them. Go back to the river that's close to you, the ocean that's close to you. It knows you, you know. And when you said that, you said what? The river don't get in there because it don't know you. Oh gosh, I was like, wow. I thought I was the only one that thought that rivers were living, breathing beings, entities. And then what else you said? You said that there's a certain point that you feed the river. You give the river. The river only recognizes blood as sacrifices. So we can throw all of the bananas and pineapples and oranges in there. They don't recognize that. They only recognize blood. I was like, wow. Honey, you don't know what you did to me when you told me that right there. I'm like, I'm paying attention to everything. Somebody hit me up for a reading and said, Mama, I pay it. Everything you say, some attention. I mean, nothing is coincidental. I mean, like even leaves and how they arranged on the ground to just think, oh, this is just a coincidence. Them leaves may be arranged in a way for you to divine what's getting ready to happen. You can use that. Leaves can be used for divining. I mean, rocks and how they set up when you walk up on them, like you stumble on something. They're messages. You know what I'm saying? So pay attention to everything that happens to you. And you can't go wrong. Isaiah said, I think the same way too. Hey, Varney. Varney said, I always praise my West African ancestors the hoodoo way. Okay. Vicky said, we need to look inside and stay there. Society will run us down the wrong way. Redbone Voodoo Bruiser says, Tata could have faked his death. I ain't trying to be funny, but that's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking. I think it was just I hate to say a cowardly way of saying I'm out. I give up. Just didn't want to be bothered with it no more. The phone calls and maybe a spirit showed up to teach him a lesson. Hey, look, you messing with something, and you not done the right thing. Because I mean, I did see where he started changing in his appearance, getting more thinner and not looking as strong as he used to, and maybe he feared for his life and decided to throw the towel in. Because I mean, I can do that. We can all do that. Just say, hey, you know what I'm saying? Do not contact anymore. Rest in peace. Our dear sister has gone on to be with the Lord or what have you. And I can just still be around here walking around. A lot of celebrities can do that. We would never, ever know. A celebrity can just fake their death right now, go somewhere in seclusion and just live life, as a regular, ordinary person. Because, and their record sales can go up, and the record companies can go ahead on and get their money. I think in the future we're gonna see a lot of that, where you're gonna see celebrities faking their death, just so the record companies and stuff can get paid good money, and they can get good money and retire. How would you know? Hey, John. Whoo, y'all, I think I'm finna get ready to go. I done talked enough. Anybody got any questions? Jackie says someone in the Palo community confirmed that the Bokar had absolutely nothing to do with it, Mama. He said he spoke to Tata and he was only concerned with those Palo grave spirits, not voodoo. Oh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, like, what do you mean? Now, see, people don't realize now, voodoo is a little bit more, to me, Christian based. They do acknowledge Jesus and all of that, but now Apollo is on something different. Now, Apollo is definitely witchcraft. It's sorcery. So when you better know what you're doing when you say, "Hey, I'm finna get up in this." Get just know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? I don't really mess with that because that does not resonate with me. It has not given me a visitation or anything like that. I care not to at this point get deep into anything of that nature. But like I say, it's some people that definitely Paulo. Okay. It was a guy I once knew he was definitely into that practice. I don't see where it was definitely working for you. You know who you are. What's your name was? I don't really hear from you, Rick. K. Rick. I really didn't see where Apollo was really serving you any purpose. Matter of fact, it looked like it did you more bad than it did good. You see what I'm saying? So just make sure these practices that y'all are dwelling in is serving you. If you're in a practice and you can't see no difference in your life, you know what I'm saying? You still can't get out your rut. Matter of fact, you worse off than you was when you started practicing it. You may want to see if you can let it go. Because some of it ain't going to let you go. Okay? Okay. Redbone says Paulo has messed people up because it isn't in their bloodline. Yes, they might make a sacrifice at you. Um, they said this guy, he was in college, had gotten deep into Paulo and everything, and then they found him in his house dead. He had then actually died. They ruled it a suicide, but what really did kill the man? So his personality had started changing and everything. Oh yes, Jackie said Paulo is dangerous as fuck. I was reading a book on it and got scared out of my mind. I really don't know anything about what's going on with the death, but it could be fake. Yeah, because like most places, but I don't know. Some family members might not have agreed with his lifestyle practices and stuff like that, and they may be afraid because of the violent attack. Think it may be related to something he was practicing, and they may not want to necessarily let you know what a funeral gonna be. But most places most families will say the funeral it's going to be at this particular church or at the mausoleum or at the funeral home. And most of them will say, places that you can leave. Some of them will take up money for the deceased, or, a place where you can donate money to or what have you. So I didn't see any of that, which leads me to believe. I see no evidence, which leads me to believe that it may not be true. Okay. Okay. I just think he got sick and tired of it, maybe even frightened of it, and he ran. He ran. Well, let's just put it like this. We can say this right here. If the Bokor is trying to take credit for it, he may, to some extent, may need to get some credit for it. Because even if he ain't dead, the fact that he cowardly ran from an obligation, an oath that he took place in, is still like a victory for him. You know what I'm saying? It scared him enough to get away from it. And like I said, it only confirms that the Tata knew what he was doing, because like I said this is the month to end contracts and agreements, old agreements, and this is the month. So he was able to either way it go, get out. This is a wonderful time to exit, because the souls are all preparing to leave around this time between now and December. So this is a good time to exit, and it's a good time to discard contracts. So I do believe he was skilled. Hey Nina. Nina says some spirits come to you without research. I had Oya reveal herself to me for months before I knew who she was. Yeah, because some of these spirits come to you, you have to actually go online and look them up. Who is this? You know what I'm saying? What is going on here? And pay close attention to what's going on. They'll come to you. And when they come, You need to be prepared because it's something. It's that window is open, and like I said, that window gonna close. So you better get what you need to get out of it. Redbone Voodoo says a lot of these people should leave Paulo alone. See what happened to Ancestral Rich? Okay. A lot of people out here getting killed, dabbing into things they shouldn't. Oh, you got a point. And see, I can see if these were just people that just got ill and eventually, they just passed on. Which people can put work on you that can make you sick and eventually you pass on. Don't get me wrong, but violent attacks and burning up in houses and stuff and getting your eyeball bit out and all of that kind of stuff. To that, that's related to some of a form of sorcery. You know what I'm saying? Y'all heard Auntie Ethel say her brother, which was my uncle, was also a spiritual worker. He was a big time hoodoo man down here in Alabama, in Orville, Alabama, and so he used to make mojo bag, trick bags, whatever you want to call them bags, and give it to people and stuff like that. And a lot of spiritual workers down here who work the hoodoo, they live very, very, very sometimes primitive like. He lived in a shed. He lived in a shed, y'all. It didn't even have a door on it. He just lived inside of it, and it just had a curtain on it and stuff. When you talking about, he really lived like he lived in Jamaica somewhere, or in Haiti somewhere, like where. Not, I'm not saying there aren't homes there because I know they got houses there with doors on them, but there are some places where they just have like a sheet to shield them from the elements and stuff like that. But he really lived that way. I do believe that either his work, like they said, who hoodooed the hoodoo man, somebody hoodooed him because they found him in a car turned upside down in a ravine dead. Yep. So his work came back to get him in some kind of way. So you have to be real careful with this stuff. We don't know what he was messing with. That's why I always say I'm humble, y'all. I'm humble. It's good to have cats also, black hippie, in your yard because they can keep down rodents. Rodents that will actually destroy like vegetable gardens and flower gardens, like your squirrels and stuff like that. And like Jackie, you may be want to rethink this squirrel business because if like you really wanted to come down here and grow cotton and stuff like that, I don't know if they'll mess with cotton and everything, but I know they mess with vegetables and stuff like that, and bulbs and stuff like you got bulbs in the ground like tulips and stuff like that, your spring flowers. Squirrels would dig them up and eat them like a snack. And you don't went there and spend all your money on daffodils and stuff like that, they will dig your shit up and eat it. So you may want to think about that. But cats are, it's wonderful to have like tons of cats around your yard because you ain't going to have no trouble with no squirrels, no rats, no mice, no none of that because they gonna hang around. See, so on that note, I'm finna put a bowl of food out. My little black kitty that used to visit the temple and the other little kitty and stuff. I think somebody finally got them a home because when I go there, I don't see them anymore. I really loved. I wished I could have had that kitty over here, both of them over here, to the house and stuff like that. But I'm finna put some cat food out and stuff like that because I do still have cats that come in and watch me and visit. So I'm gonna feed them because I would love for them to be over here to take care of these rodents. And then you can have an abundance. Because abundance is not necessarily having paper money in your hand, but abundance is being able to have fruit and veggies all over the place. So you always got organic foods to eat, besides having to go to the grocery store and get GMOs. Also, I saw on that website that the dragon fruit that we get out of the grocery stores is not really the true dragon fruit. So the true dragon fruit is supposed to be pink in the inside. But the dragon fruit that we're finding in our markets is white in the inside with no taste. So it's a gift from nature when you have like fruit trees. Like somebody hit me up for a reading. How you doing? You don't realize how blessed you are. You say you got an orange tree in the backyard. Oranges is just everywhere and everything. Pick those oranges and take them to the market. Give the oranges to the mystery spirits to Oya as a gift at the market. Just pick. There's no. We really don't really have an excuse for just letting fruit just rot on the ground. You could give it out to people. You know what I'm saying? So these are gifts given to you, and if you don't take these gifts and use them resourcefully, it's gonna come a time where you may you just may need some fruit and ain't got no fruit. You be thinking about it. So that happened to me, where I had all this abundance of vegetables and some of it I let spoil because it was just so much work. And then now I can't hardly grow nothing. You see what I'm saying? So always show nature, our God is nature, that you appreciate everything by gathering it up, and either you can sell it at the market or give it to market or just give it away to people. Hey, Chris, thank you for the love and thank you for moderating. How you doing? You doing okay? Thank you. Nina said, please thumbs up. And you all, if you all have not, please hit the make sure you subscribe. Check now, see if you subscribed. I noticed something about YouTube. Ever since I flashed the cash, I have not gained not one subscriber. Okay, everything is set for 0, 0, 0. We've been riding on 0, 0, 0, 0 for the last just since I flashed the cash. So it's a psychological message that someone is saying, "Hey, look, check this out. We don't want you flashing the cashing because we don't have anything." Okay, so we're gonna get in your assing. Okay. So that's that. So it's interesting that a few people unsubscribed and it stayed on 0, 0, 0. A few people subscribed and it stayed on 0, 0, 0. So these are subliminal psychological type punishment tactics because of jealousy. That's what it all boils down to. But the message will continue because it's not important that your numbers are not important. How many subscribers you have is not important. I only ask that you subscribe so that you won't lose me. You may not necessarily get a notification. You probably have to regularly check to see if I do videos, but it can mark your place. A lot of people have been unsubscribed. Always come back and recheck. That's why I say if everybody can just stop a minute and see. Please thumbs up the video. I will appreciate it if you do it. We all would appreciate it if you thumbs up the video because then the video will get more exposure. Okay. That's right. Vicky says suppressing the truth is their algorithm. Amen. Ashe. Okay, so I'm getting ready to leave. Oh, Jackie, I tried to tell you. Jackie said, Mama, I'm mad at the squirrels because they took all those black walnuts off the tree. Yeah, that, like I say, they are very destructive. I can talk to a lot of animals. Like I can talk to the birds. I have a ink weed tree or a pokeberry tree. Now they say you can't eat them, but I eat the pokeberry. Don't please you all do not eat them. Don't eat the pokeberries because they can be dangerous, for you if your body is not. But there is a thing called pokeberry pie. So people we eat that like a delicacy here, but they tell you don't eat them. But the reason why they tell you don't eat them because there's some benefits in it that they don't want you to have. But don't please y'all don't eat them because I said so. Okay. But it had gotten to the point the birds were like taking all the black berries, and I like to use them to dye things and stuff like that. And I told, and I store them up and everything, and I like to eat at least one daily. So it got to the point they weren't any on there, and I told them birds, I said, listen here, I said, do not eat another berry without allowing me to have any. I came back the next day. They left them alone. It was 10 of them on there for me to get. So I told him, I said, it's okay to get some, but don't be selfish. Let me have some. But when you talk to the squirrels, they ain't listening, baby. Do you hear me? Squirrels have raided and destroyed my whole entire pecan tree. There are no pecans there. But I'm gonna put some now. Let me tell you something. What you can do, Jackie? Put some slippery tin on your tree, and they won't be able to crawl up it and have access to it. So you ever seen these trees with tin on it? They put that tin around there so when the squirrel try to climb it, his little feet just slide right back down. It was so funny. They got videos showing where they're like squirrels trying to climb pecan trees and chestnut trees, you know what I'm saying, and walnut trees, and they just slide right back down. But the thing about squirrels can fly in a sense, meaning they can glide from one tree to the other. So you may want to trim some limbs down if they can, because see, I'm gonna trim my limbs down on my pecan tree because they can actually catapult themselves off the top of my roof straight onto a tree, to the pecan tree. But we finna put some slippery tin up there for them and stuff like that. Okay, Sonya, how you doing? Thank you for the love you at work. Erica said they have a death wish. I heard something running and leaping across my house. It sounded like, oh, I thought maybe some horses was up there. Honey, went up there, squirrels up there playing on top of my house. I cannot stress enough because in the beginning there weren't any squirrels here, not the gray ones. We had cute little brown squirrels with polka dots. They were native here. I don't even see them anymore. Now they have those gray squirrels. I don't care what nobody say those are lab squirrels. The government releases them out into the population so that they can destroy fruit trees. They are anti-nature. They want you to buy their GMO foods. That's why you don't see nobody at the market no more selling their own little peaches, their own apples, their own oranges, no more. Because they want the squirrels to come in and destroy. So I'm just going to get ready. I know y'all going to be mad. I'm finna get ready to get me a BB gun. I got a BB gun for Walmart, but it don't work too well. So I'm gonna go to Academy and buy a real BB gun, and I'm just gonna sit on my front porch and just wait on them. I'm just gonna shoot them. I'm gonna shoot them on sight. I'm gonna just lay them down. And or I'm gonna get some cages and stuff because I would love to have some squirrel tails and stuff like that so I can make curtains out of them. I'm just being honest. If you got a problem with it, hell, you can go down with them. I'll take you down with the squirrel. I mean, it's simple as that. I am what you call a swamp woman. Hello, I'm a swamp woman. So that's just the way it is. I ain't gonna waste no meat. I ain't gonna waste no bones. You can sign up if you want to get some of my tribal jewelry. I will be making earrings from the bones. I just see them as gifts. I'm not gonna let them continue to come around and eat all my fruit and be disobedient. Okay, because I didn't get that nam peach, I didn't get that nam nectarine, I didn't get nam apple, I didn't get nam pecan. I'm gonna kill them. Okay. Okay, I got to say, I'm definitely buying the jewelry. I mean, no, you ain't even got to buy it. I will be giving them away because I should have an abundance. Now, I'm going to first start out with traps. And when I get the trap, I'm going to trap them and then I'm going to put hot scalding grease on them. Okay? No, I'm going to be humane about it. I was just joking. What I'm going to do is when I get them in the trap, I'm going to go and shoot them dead in the head. Once I shoot them in the head, I'm going to bury them in the ground so that I can let it decompose. Once it decomposes, because I don't eat squirrel meat and stuff. A lot of people, eat squirrel meat. I don't eat squirrel meat. And then I'm going to let it decompose and I'm going to keep the fur and I'm going to keep the tails and I will be making jewelry. So if you want jewelry, I will be giving out free jewelry, like earrings and stuff like that. I'm going to make this articulated and make earrings and necklaces and stuff like that and just give them away. Okay, so a lot of folks ain't gonna like that. Okay. Vicky said hang the jury up as a warning. Yeah, then they'll stay away. Sometimes you got to get invasive like that, because I prefer. I had so many nectarines last year, I couldn't even eat them all. Oh my God, it was just so much. We gave nectarines away on my tree. I ain't get nothing this year. They sat down, took their time, and ate it all. And you have to be careful because birds will get them too when they small. But I got to cover that tree up because that tree done got so big. So I'm gonna spend my spring, my fall, making raising beds and covering fruit trees and stuff, and setting up traps and stuff like that. It's gonna be a lot of work, because the frequency that comes from your fruit trees, you can't buy that in no grocery store. You know what I'm saying? The oxygen that's released in your body from these organic vegetables, you're not going to be able to get them out of a grocery store. So, I'm finna get ready. Okay. Okay, Nina said, yes, I get possessed to dance listening to music for the Orishas. It's believed that they sit on your shoulder to encourage you to dance. And thank you for saying that, because a lot of people think that when you're dancing, you're wasting time, or you're trying to get attention or what have you. And they don't realize there is an innate rhythm within all of us that actually encourages us to get up and move to the rhythm, to dance to the rhythm. You know what I'm saying? Just gonna just utilize my stuff. Okay. Okay, so y'all, I'm gonna go ahead on and leave, and I'm gonna be coming back live and in color, because I got to go out and buy a few things, a few items and stuff like that. And somebody was asking me how to dress a candle. I'm gonna go over again how to dress a candle again. I want you all to see some visuals and stuff like that. I want you all to see how you can really activate a candle to do some very powerful manifestations and stuff. So I want to go over that again, because, like I say, I'm going to start making my own candles and stuff. But let me kind of introduce y'all to some things. Like, I have seen this and I've tried it. Dressing candles with crystals is real nice. Crushed crystals in your candles, a little bit of glitter, and dried flowers, small, tiny, crushed dried flowers. I've been seeing a lot of that with herbs and stuff like that, and oils. Really activate some energy for you and stuff like that. And there's this particular candle that I'm getting ready to work on. When I get it ready, I want you all to actually see it. And if you all want me to make one for a fee, you can have one. You know what I'm saying? Because a mama can't just sit down here and just make candles up and stuff for everybody for free. I mean, I don't have it like that, but I will be doing a class for people. There is one lady that lives over there by the temple. If you're there, you could definitely come. I'm going to have a class, and I'm gonna televise it for people who can't show up. And if don't nobody show up, I'm still gonna televise it in the temple. I'm going to actually have a class showing how to dress these candles once again. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's gonna be a whole lot of fun. Okay. So please check and make sure you are subscribed and you have the all button, clicked. Okay, and make sure you click the notification bell and the reds. What somebody say? Yay! Vicky say yay! Yes, candles cost money to make, but then when I do this video, I probably be doing it where y'all can make your own if you like to. But most people just want mama to make them a candle, so feel free. When I do this candle, I'm going to do a candle that you have never, ever, ever seen on YouTube anywhere. And you're like, when I see this one right here, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be a crazy candle. It's gonna be a candle that is going to make you unlock so many rooms of abundances. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? It's gonna be something else. It's gonna be something serious, okay? Okie dokie. Hey, Lena. I'm glad you called us. Hey, Sugar. Oh, Sugar said, I have been buying all my ingredients to start making candles and all natural soaps. Ah, that's going to be beautiful. Don't get me started. I seen some very cool soaps. I mean, y'all, it's best that we try to, if we can, grow our own foods. And if you can have bees. I mean, this is if you got the energy or partner up with people who doing it. That's what we need to start back doing. We need to start back networking with people who can do that. People who can grow apples. Let's partner with them with pears. And now let's take the power back from the government. They take the power back. Let's feed ourselves. The only way to do it is not to do it all by yourself, but partner with people who can do it. Someone who's producing honey, wonderful. Honey has antibiotics in it, and things to help your allergies, and people who can get the wax from the bees and make wax candles versus paraffin candles and all of that other unnatural stuff. You know what I'm saying? Once we all get back to doing what we used to do, then we don't need a government. We don't need a government. You know what I'm saying? If the government is really even real, you know what I'm saying? Because right now the government is deciding for us what we gonna eat and how long we gonna live and how healthy we gonna be and whether or not we need to go to the doctor. They're making so many decisions for us. But if we go back to bartering and trading, what do you need a government for? For what? We can govern ourselves. We can feed ourselves. We can take care of ourselves. We got to get back to thinking like that and living like that. Don't y'all think so? I'm trying to partner with some people here now, and it is almost impossible. Do you hear me? If you all pull and floss, you'll never need a dentist, says Vicky. Yes, we all are dependent on the government, Redbone Voodoo Voodoo. We so dependent on it. You got people around here laughing at folks on food stamps and on social services and stuff, talking about they're independent. They don't need these social services and stuff. Let the grocery stores close up and see what happens to those same people. They're going to find that all that paper money that they making ain't going to be able, you understand, to do anything for them. Because the grocery stores close up, you just don't eat. But the people like the Amish and the Metanites, they're going to eat. They don't really depend 100% on the government. They make their own soaps. They make their own candles. Let's do these things, y'all. Come on, let's do it. Okay, my phone is about to die, so I know I got to go now. But y'all visit me in a little bit, okay? Come back and check on me. Ooh, I see that. Boy was doing something good until he turned it into a nasty freak show. And you have to be punished when you do that. When you use your power, to take advantage of a situation. You know what I'm saying? That you won't live as long, and it's a higher authority that you have to answer to. You understand? It is. It's consequences to all of that. So we got to be mindful of what we do with our power. Hey, Lena said, you have to learn to live off the land. I'm from Georgia, and I grew up hunting and picking vegetables in the field. Okay. Okay, bye-bye.